Hello, everyone. My name is Simeon Hawkins, and today we'll be talking about one of the most prevalent organizational behavior issues facing Amazon, that being turnover. Amazon is one of the largest multinational technology companies in the world, with over 1.68 million employees. It's easy to see from the get-go that one of their largest problems would be turnover. It's incredibly important that Amazon fixes this issue because it's estimated that eventually they'll run out of employees. They would have given enough people a shot and then had them either leave or be turned away, that their workforce will diminish, which is extremely scary for a company that needs a large quantity of employees. Now, this can be attributed to several different factors, several of which we have listed here, but I wanted to start with this brief anecdote. You can read it in completion if you'd like, but essentially, a picker, the job of a picker, which is very prevalent in these warehouses, they have an extremely high quota to hit. And because of that and the mundane nature of the task, there's extremely high levels of burnout, and it happens very quickly. Um, and that mixed with a heavy surveillance level within these warehouses um, leads to a very high level of employee dissatisfaction. And because of that, we see from the very early stages of these warehouse workers getting hired on that they leave. There's a story of an Amazonian worker who started, and within 2 weeks, 22 other employees that were hired on with him had left within the first 2 weeks before they even had finished one entire pay period. And so it's imperative that Amazon works on these things so that they can have more long-term success and build stability at the base of the workforce.
Is Laci, and I had the knowledge portion of this project. So for this section of the project, I kind of wanted to focus on Amazon as a whole, kind of the statistics as a whole and what's going on from there. So according to Forbes.com, Amazon's turnover rate has averaged 81.3% for the past 4 years annually. So that means that 81.3% of employees do not stay with the company of Amazon for a year. And this quick turnover rate is estimated to cost Amazon over $8 million annually. Based on the knowledge that we've gained throughout this course and through the personal experiences that I've had and members in my group have had, we've come up with a variety of reasons why Amazon may have such a high and costly turnover rate. But ultimately, the reason can be tied to just a great sense of job dissatisfaction amongst employees. And some possible contributing factors include the role of fit, which is Amazon not recognizing and finding the right kind of people for each job. Values, culture, and structure. Amazon not creating a motivating, enjoyable, and goal oriented workspace. This also kind of correlates with the idea of leadership. There's just not great leadership happening that's motivating all the different teams within Amazon. And then just a lack of meaningful work. Employees don't feel that their job is very valuable or very appreciated.
Our more desired future state of Amazon falls very closely in line with their four guiding principles listed on their website, which include a customer obsession rather than competitor focus, a passion for invention, a commitment to operational excellence, and more long term thinking. With such high turnover rates and dissatisfaction with lower level employees, it's harder to see um, a long term investment for employees in Amazon. And for that reason, I feel that um, our vision of Amazon needs to be a company where a lower level employee can work diligently and be trained on different hard and technical skills in order to become a bigger part of different departments within Amazon. And so I think that comes with an increased level of meaningful work for employees, with task differentiation as well as opportunities to step outside of their comfort zone. And this will lead to less competition between workers and um, a more innate ability and desire to better oneself instead of combating those around them. Um, an example of this, it's close but not quite, is this Amazon Future Engineers program that's shown in this image here, where Amazon funds high schools across the U.S. For their future engineers. And I feel that Amazon can do a better job at implementing programs such as these within their current need, within their current employers now, so that they can then move on and become bigger players and better employees for Amazon. And I think that's what's going to ultimately help them accomplish this goal of committing to operational excellence and long-term thinking. And I think that goal is ultimately worth it, because you're going to have employees who are dedicated to Amazon as a company, as well as different departments and its overall success. And so I think implementing certain programs that allow for lower level employees to advance, learn, and grow will not only increase productivity and hopefully revenue over time, but it will create more established and long-term employees for Amazon.
I'm Michelle Granados. I'll be walking you through these SMART steps. We'll look at the before and after state and see how these goals will remedy the focal problem of Amazon's high turnover rate. Starting with our specific SMART goal, we want to reduce turnover rate by improving work conditions and job enrichment. Our measurable goal is to decrease the turnover rate from 81.3% to 20% within 2 years. This is still above the industry average of 13.2%, but it's very realistic for Amazon to achieve within this time frame and further improve year after year. The achievable goal is to implement new HR policies and up employee benefits. We will make this relevant to each Amazon employee by aligning the goals with company values that Sim mentioned, as well as customer satisfaction and innovation. This time-bound goal is achievable within 2 years. To achieve reduced high turnover rate. These are all measurable, realistic, and achievable, which further motivates Amazon to go from the current before state with high recruitment costs and high job dissatisfaction to our after state, that 20% turnover rate with reduced costs and a high employee satisfaction to achieve these goals and reduce the focal problem and improve operational efficiency. The three main roles of support to implement change come from the HR managers. They will be implementing new HR policies, enhancing benefit packages, and overseeing employee well-being initiatives. The support we need from them is the approval and backing of new policies, their commitment to employee-centric practices, and from there, the department heads will ensure that their teams comply with these policies. They will foster a positive work environment and provide feedback on this implementation process. The support will be their active participation in the promotion of these changes, an open line of communication with their teams about benefits of new policies, and the executive's role in this is to approve and fund initiatives. They will set the tone for the organizational change and endorse long-term benefits of reducing turnover. The support needed from them is number one, strategic guidance, financial backing, and a visible support for the change initiatives. To gain and leverage support, we will conduct meetings and workshops with the purpose to educate key stakeholders on the importance of reducing turnover and their roles in the process through the approach of interactive sessions. Next, we will present data and case studies. The purpose is to demonstrate the financial and operational impact of high turnover as well as the potential benefits of such proposed changes, with the approach of using statistics and success stories from other companies. Finally, we will show the long-term benefits in order to prove that reducing turnover aligns with Amazon's strategic goals and enhances overall business performance. We will approach this by highlighting potential for increased productivity, innovation, and customer satisfaction. We want to create a sense of urgency using these strategies. We will first present the business impact, highlighting the effect of turnover on overall performance, productivity, revenue, and most importantly, customer satisfaction. Next, we will project the future consequences. This is long-term damage if no action is taken on this climbing turnover rate. And finally, we will emphasize competitive advantages to showcase how a stable and satisfied workforce can give Amazon a competitive edge in the industry. On the right here, we see that significant loss of employees that costs over $81 million in losses. We see that dip and want to see some growth from there by creating urgency. So from here, let's go into our plan of action with Lucy.
Hello, I'm Lucy, and I'm going to be going over some of the specific actions that we would propose that we take in order to reach those specific goals and make those changes that we've just mentioned. So some of these particular actions would be considered job design improvements as well as implementing a career advancement plan. We'll get into some more details on kind of what these will look like for Amazon, but essentially our goal here is to increase meaningfulness within the jobs that anybody across the company might have. So that's going to look a little bit different for every different job in every different department. Similarly, a career advancement plan is going to look a little different as well, but we do believe that this is going to be able to create growth opportunities for employees, and ultimately both of these actions are going to result in a lower turnover rate. The first step is job design, and these actions are going to, work towards our employee well-being initiative as well as to improve the work environment that employees work in. And we propose that we do this through job enrichment. We do know that one positive outcome of job enrichment and, in giving employees additional responsibilities, autonomy, and helping them grow is a reduced turnover, and that's our goal here. So as I mentioned before, this is going to look a little bit different for each different department, and because of that, we're going to rely a lot on our managers and our supervisors and the people that have teams and that are working closely with these other individuals that we hope to help experience some job enrichment. So, we'll start with kind of having these managers audit the structure of their department, find areas for shared responsibility, as well as identifying those individuals who would be good candidates to kind of take over some of those things and experience this job enrichment. We do know that this isn't something that is going to work for every single individual, but for those that are eager, we do think that this could be a great opportunity to reduce turnover. Ideally, too, the managers are going to be able to equip these individuals with resources, methods, ideas, in such a way that they're able to use autonomy in completing these tasks that are delegated to them. And then, of course, we want these managers to be following up, giving feedback, uplifting feedback, critical when needed, but again, just feedback that'll help these employees to grow. The second action item is to create a career advancement plan. This is something that's going to be more policy related and going to require the help of the folks at HR who are over onboarding. And this is something that it should be done by anybody across any department at Amazon when they're onboarded. Essentially, they should be creating some short-term and long-term goals when they come onto the team. Managers should be aware of these goals and work closely with individuals in stand-up meetings to identify areas where they could work towards them while at Amazon. Additionally, department supervisors should create a hierarchy of sorts in which, somebody, no matter where they are in that hierarchy, could progress, given that they qualify with their skills, capabilities, and things they've been able to achieve at Amazon. So, thanks for watching and listening to our ideas on how to improve turnover at Amazon.